friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a library haul. Welcome back. So today we are going to do a library haul. I didn't realize how many great books my library has. If you guys know, just go to the library, get some books, use your library. You won't regret it. Like, there's tons of books at the library. Let's see, which one should we talk about first? I think I have at least 11 books to talk about, I think, or 10, or something like that. All right, the first one I have is Cloche and Dagger. This is the one right here. It is by Jenn Mckinlay. I read this in 2 days. It's a cozy mystery. I really enjoyed it. It is about two cousins who were given, well, they inherited their aunt's hat shop in London. One named Vivian stayed and she ran the hat shop. The other one lived in the United States. She stayed in the United States. Something happened to her life. So she had this big drama. So she came back to London. When she got to London, the girl's name is Scarlett, sorry. When she got to London, her cousin wasn't there. Her cousin wasn't there to pick her up. She thought that was very odd. Everybody said, no, she does this all the time. She goes away, blah, blah, blah. Things happen. They start to happen. Odd things. A very prominent lady in society shows up. Unfortunately, she is found dead with one of their hats. One of the hats that her cousin Vivian made. So there was a whole thing about, did Vivian kill her? How did she die? So it's a really good story. It was really fast paced. I read it very quickly. Really would suggest this one. I think it's the first one in the hat shop mystery. The next one I got from the library is Murder is Getting Old. There you go. This one I don't know too much about. I know it's about a lady who doesn't want to be called Miss Marple. She is 75 years old. Her name is Glady. Oh, Glady Gold. She's from Florida. Another book with Florida in it. But she's kind of, I guess she's like a private detective. But I really enjoy books lately with older people in them. You know, like Thursday Murder Club and stuff like that. So I thought this would be a good one. This one looks really interesting. So I'm really interested in this one to read next. The next one I have here is by Jodi Taylor. And it's called Just One Damn Thing After Another. And I started reading this. I've only got like 20 pages in. It's actually kind of interesting. So they're kind of time travelers, but they're not time travelers. They're historians. So they go back in time to find out exactly what happened and to make sure that when we tell history, we tell it properly. But you can't mess with history. So history will fight back if you mess with history. So they have to go there and they have to be incognito. They can't touch anything. They can't talk to anybody else. They really can't disturb history at all, or history might kill them. So, you know what? It sounds really interesting. I'll let you know more about that when I finish it, but really enjoying it so far. A Botanist's Guide to Parties and Poison. There we go. And this is by Kate Khavari. I think that's how you say her last name. If I butcher that, I'm very sorry. This one, I don't know an actual lot about. You know, sometimes I pick books and they just look really good. And I like botany. Newly minted research assistant Saffron, ooh, I like her name, is determined to blaze a new trail at university. So she's at the College of London with her colleagues' beliefs that women's academic inabilities, are not subtle hints that her deceased father's reputation paved her way. Oh, so they think that she only got in because of her father. That's, So she attends a party. Oh, there's an expedition in the Amazon. One of her professors dropped dead of an unknown poison. Okay, so they must have to solve who killed her professor. The next one we have here is by Catherine Lloyd. It's called Miss Morton, the English House Party Murder. This one looks, I have a feeling it's like a closed door. It must be a closed door, you know, murder mystery where, you know, you have all these people in the house and then they got to find out who did it because nobody is allowed to leave the house. Oh, the options of a penniless daughter of a deceased earl are few indeed in Regency England. Oh, it takes place in Regency England. See, some of these books, I get recommended them and then I put them on my thing and then I don't really remember what they're about. But, so this is Regency England. Oh, Caroline. Okay, her name is Caroline. Discovers that she's much younger sister has been left without an income. Lady Caroline takes on a post as a lady companion to a wealthy widower at the Greenwood estate. Lady Catherine's former fiance, Lord Francis Chatham, is a guest and refuses to speak to her. They discover the culprit may have, so somebody in the family gets stabbed with a knitting needle. So they have to find out who did that. So yeah, I think it's like a closed party and they got to figure out who's done it. Really like that. Grady Hendrix, The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Now, I don't read a lot of horror or thriller anymore. So this is going to be out of my comfort zone. And I also have another Grady Hendrix that I'm pretty sure is going to be out of my comfort zone. But I decided to give them a try. I do want to read more thrillers and stuff like that come Halloween time. So this one we're going to give a shot to and see how it goes. But it looks fun. It really looks fun. So what I've heard about this one is that there's some ladies that are, you know, in a book club. Yeah, one evening after the book club, Patricia is viciously attacked by an elderly neighbor, bringing the neighborhood's handsome nephew, James Harrison, into her life. James is well-traveled, well-read, and he makes Patricia feel like she hasn't felt in years. So maybe there's a little bit of a scandal in this too. But when children on the other side of the town go missing, their deaths are written off by the local police. Patricia has reason to believe that James Harrison is more of a Bundy than a Brad Pitt. Oh, that's interesting. Really looking forward to this one now. Kind of want to read this one next. Okay, the next Grady Hendrix one we have is How to Sell a Haunted House. So, I'm not sure. People have said it's really, really good. It looks good. This one I know is about two siblings who their parents died. Their parents died and then they have to go back and sell their parents' house. But the only one thing about this house is that their mother has a lot of creepy dolls. Mother's long life obsession with puppets. And also, I guess if you don't like puppets, don't read this book. My son wouldn't be reading this book. He hates puppets. He also hates clowns. So they have to best decide how to try and sell this house. Unfortunately, things happen. So this one looks interesting. A lot of creepiness. I heard a lot of creepiness in this one. So very, very interesting. I'm very looking forward to this one. We have Agatha Christie, 12 New Mysteries. Now this one here, it's a Marple mystery, but it's got a whole bunch of different authors that have made like different little short stories, I think. You know, you've got Leigh Bardugo in it. You've got Ruth Ware. There's a whole bunch of different people that you can hear that I didn't even know of. So I think it's more like a love story or a love letter to Agatha Christie and Miss Marple, which I really like, because you know what? I like Agatha Christie books. I need to read more. I've only read a couple, but yeah, I've watched all the Miss Marples and all the pros. My mother is just a diehard Agatha Christie. She will watch anything with Agatha Christie's name on it. This one I'm really interested in getting to as soon as possible. I know that there was a couple people that said this one was good. I'm not sure about this one. I don't know if it's my taste. I know it's about a famous copy of a book that had strange markings in it that a little boy found. Let's see. 40 years ago, Stephen Smith found a copy of a famous children's book by disgraced author. Okay. In the margins were full of strange markings. So I guess he gave it to his teacher, and then his teacher believed it was a secret code of some sort. So she kind of went looking it up, and then unfortunately she disappeared on a class trip. So 40 years later, after getting out of prison, Smitty has decided to investigate. He's trying to figure out why his teacher disappeared and what the markings mean and all this. It does sound really, really interesting. And there's a lot of, I don't know if you could see it here. There's a lot of things that are like audio files. So it's done by different mediums, you know, different media, things like audio files, and which sounds really interesting. I'm very interested in looking at it, and this is one I wasn't too sure of, but we will give it a chance. Okay, and the last book we have is The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. This one sounds very, very interesting. I know they're on some kind of cruise. She's on some kind of cruise, and she sees a woman in cabin 10, but everybody keeps telling her that there's no woman. There's nobody there. Nobody is in cabin 10. I think she hears the person go overboard. So then she's like, there's got to be somebody. Somebody's in cabin 10, but nobody believes her. So she starts investigating. She starts investigating what happened. Is the person, all the passengers and the crew remain accounted for. So nobody knows. Everybody keeps telling her there's nobody in cabin 10. Nobody is in cabin 10. It's supposed to be really, really good. I'm taking it, it's a thriller, you know. I'm gonna give Ruth Ware a shot. I think people really like Ruth Ware, so this is another one I'm really excited to get to. And I hope to get to them as soon as possible because, you know, it's the library. You have to return them to the library. So, you know, it's a lot of reading. There's a lot of reading going on this month. A lot of reading. So 9, can't hold them all. So 9 different books from the library. Remember, you want books? Go to your library. I love my library. You could do, you know, digital books. You can do audio books. Just go to your library. It's great. Go to your library. I'm all about the library. Yeah, so that's it. And I'll see you guys next time. If you like this video, like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.